Half of the people who were completely dazed, and you had half that were screaming in terror.
We have been hearing their stories throughout the day. Moments of joy and celebration suddenly turned into moments of terror. As we continue to hear stories of hope and heroism, we're learning more about the victims and details of the crime scene. Good evening, I'm David Crabtree.
And I'm Deborah Morgan. We now know the third person killed in the explosions is a Boston University grad student.
8-year-old Martin Richard also died. His picture is on the left. Earlier today, police identified 29-year-old Crystal Campbell as one of those killed in the bombings. Her father said she had gone with her best friend to take a picture of another friend at the finish line. We begin with KELCEY, live in Boston, where business owners are dealing with the aftermath, particularly those right in that area. KELCEY CARLSON, live in Boston. KELCEY, thank you. Now, throughout the day, people have been returning to RDU from Boston. Some were running the marathon, as KELCEY did. Others were there to support family and friends. We caught up with several to hear their stories.
People were just trying to find their loved ones and their family. I mean, they were all on their cell phone, texting and emailing, letting people borrow stuff. It was crazy.
And of course, everyone we spoke with today say their hearts go out to those who were hurt or killed and all of the families involved.
Day after day.
WRAL's David Crabtree is live in Vatican City tonight.
Millions of people are expected to be here, and right in the midst of them, North Carolinians.
How important is it for you as a Hindu?
It's history, it's momentous, it's a lot of ceremony.
How does this experience stack up to the other big moments of your career?
Gerald, it was an amazing afternoon.
WRAL News. Coverage you can count on.
Tonight, people have been in and out of Vatican City all day today. In fact, by midweek, millions of people are expected to be here, and right in the midst of them, North Carolinians, all here to witness history, as you said, and to see who the next pope is going to be. Throughout the day, the world waited. Another day before conclave, and at least another day before we hear this bell signal the selection of a new pope. These 115 cardinals will vote. 77 are needed to win. North Carolinians are here to watch this window, where the new pope will greet the world.
We still call him St. Peter. He was our rock, also is our rock.
Jeanette and Alan Kimball are from Warren County. He was the military attaché at the U.S. Embassy. That was 20 years ago, yet Rome still feels like home, particularly St. Peter's.
Even though we've done it over the years a number of times, the hair still stood up on the back of my neck as I walked through and looked at all of that history.
Timothy Yon and Michael Schutz are Raleigh seminarians at Rome's North American College. You're a long way from Raleigh.
That is for sure.
You really do talk basketball. Young men called to the priesthood who still love ACC basketball. Michael NC State, Tim Duke. They're also watching much of this title match from the inside.
So you have cardinals and bishops, one after the other, coming in, and they've all taken residence right down the hallway here, you know, and it's been very interesting to have all of that around us.
Keep showing your toes.
Yeah.
For all of these people, what are they looking for in the next leader of this massive church?
Just a guy who's young and vibrant, a guy who's aware of what's going on in the world.
It's the signal the world has been waiting for. A new pope has been elected, and David Crabtree brings you this story straight from the Vatican. Count on WRAL as history happens now. Tonight, beginning at 5 on WRAL News.
5 ballots and the church has its new leader. This pope, taking the name of Francis of Assisi, Italy's patron saint, began by asking the masses in St. Peter's Square and the world to pray for him. And they did. Shortly after 7 o'clock tonight, we saw the smoke. Then we heard this giant bell. And within minutes, people were literally running through the streets of Rome, trying to get to Vatican City to join the tens of thousands already in St. Peter's Square. About an hour later, we saw the man who will now lead the Roman Catholic Church, and the crowd responded.
Viva el Papa! Viva el Papa! Viva el Papa!
These young Mexican priests were ecstatic with the choice.
El Papa! El Papa! Ra, ra, ra!
Their lack of English was no barrier to their joy. Joy repeated over and over in this massive crowd.
What was it like when he walked out and you saw him for the first time?
I was shaking.
Were you?
Yeah. I don't know, it's kind of exciting to be in this place in this exact moment, like it's historical.
Well, I thought God has blessed the church with a beautiful and very humble Pope.
His humility was apparent, was it not?
Yes.
The 76-year-old from Argentina is known for his humility and his dedication to the poor. He ended by telling this crowd and the world he would pray for them and ask they pray for him. The official installation of Pope Francis is next Tuesday. I'm David Crabtree, WRAO News, Vatican City.
David Crabtree is on assignment in Rome for the third time.
It's through this area where the new Pope will address the world for the very first time. I'm David Crabtree in Vatican City. For years, and definitely again this week, we have heard Nelson Mandela described as compassionate, a quiet, charismatic, and definitely controversial. There's no question that he is an icon for our times. And today we talked with people in this area about what life might have been like had there been no Nelson Mandela. There was singing, smiles. Some gave us the well-known Mandela salute of freedom. Each of these people with their own story.
You grew to learn him, or grew to love him. As a child, you didn't understand exactly, but as you got older, you understood more.
There was also singing and dancing inside this Johannesburg restaurant. All of the waitstaff wore black today, honoring their former president with this song of faith.
He's been sick for so long, and now it's time to let him go and rest. He's done a lot for us. We are all united now because of that.
He was an angel to us. He helped us, and he's been through so much for us. And it's amazing how one man can do so much.
As the staff prepared for a big birthday party, they watched the funeral on this monitor. As they said goodbye, they also thought about the future. Are you hopeful what you feel today, what you sense today in this country is going to last?
For his sake, I hope and I pray that everyone keeps the unity and everyone continues what Mandela has started.
Now that was a man.
Hours after the service began, the Mandela family said its formal goodbye. And while military shots rang out in the last formal salute, these young South Africans gave a salute of their own.
So I hope that we do take over from where he left. We can take it further, take it through.
For me, I'm so lucky to have Mandela in my life. He did all the best. We are united now, all because of him.
With the ending of the state funeral, the official 10 days of mourning have passed. Now the question comes to this country, will the people here, can the people here carry on the legacy of Nelson Mandela? Along with photographer Pete James, I'm David Crabtree in Johannesburg, South Africa.